Hey guys, so today I'm going to break down the color wheel and talk a little bit about color theory and how it applies to makeup. I studied color theory when I was working for MAC and I was a trainer, and this was something that we would teach all of our new makeup artists that worked for the company, just kind of give them the basics of the color wheel and understanding color theory and how it applies to makeup artistry. And so I'm not going to go like in this long lecture about color theory. There is a lot of information you can find on the internet about it. I just kind of chose the bits and nuggets that I felt like are really helpful when it comes to makeup application and taking your makeup skill to the next level. So let's get started. Okay, so first I want to encourage you guys to get a color wheel. I have one of these. They sell these at any craft store, really. I got this off Amazon for like $5. But basically this color wheel is going to be very handy for you when you are sitting at your vanity and you want to get some inspiration. You want to play with new colors, but you're not quite sure where to start. Or if you want to take it to the makeup counter to help you select the right shades that are going to be best for your eye color or for your color, for what you're trying to accomplish. So I'm going to break this down really simply. We'll start with primary colors. So there are three primary colors: red, yellow, and blue. And a primary color is, and you can see them on the color wheel, they are basically a triangle. So you have your yellow, your red, and your blue. Red, blue, yellow. And these colors can basically create any color that you want by mixing these shades together in some variety. So when you mix two colors together, two primary colors together, you get a secondary color. So in this case, that would be orange, because if you were to mix red and yellow together, you would get orange. If you were to mix red and blue together, you would get violet. If you were to mix blue and yellow together, you would get green. So green, violet, orange, those are your secondary colors. And then you can get a tertiary color when you mix one primary and one secondary color together. So in this case, yellow-orange is a tertiary color because that's a combination of yellow, which is a primary color, and orange, which is a secondary color. Those mixed together gives you the tertiary color. So it's really neat to understand that with just these three shades, red, blue, and yellow, you can really create almost any color that you want, which is kind of crazy. We used to do this exercise when I worked for MAC where we would just dispense those three colors, the red, yellow, and blue, and we would challenge people to make their own foundation and their own concealer shades with these. And we'd also give them white and black too, because that would kind of lighten or darken whatever they wanted. But you can literally create skin tone shades from those three shades in a little white or a little black. So it's really a cool exercise. And it just really kind of opens your mind up to how colors work together. But anyway, I could go on and on about that, but we're just gonna move right along. Okay, so first we'll talk about complementary colors, because that's, I think, the most practical and most popular way to apply color theory to your makeup. So complementary colors are two colors that are opposite on the color wheel. So if you were to take yellow, then violet is its complementary color because they are completely opposite on the color, directly opposite of each other. Red, that complementary color to red is green because they are completely opposite on the color wheel. Blue and orange are complementary colors, and this color wheel is really cool. There's actually an arrow here, so as you turn it, you can see the complementary color. So blue-violet's complementary color is yellow-orange. Violet is yellow. It's kind of neat how this color wheel goes, but understanding how complementary colors together will really help you create more beautiful makeup. It'll help you color correct. So we'll talk about that. So when two complementary colors are next to each other, they make the color stand out. So we'll do the most popular way of making your eye color pop is by applying a complementary color of eyeshadow on. So in my case, I have green eyes. Well, green's complementary color is red. I'm not usually a fan of red eyeshadow. I don't know if most people are. I'm not. But I can pick a color that has red in it. Now, violet is a color that has red in it, right? It has red and blue mixed together. Red violet is even more of a closer sister to the red. So using colors like this are really going to make my green eyes pop. Today I have purple eyeshadow on, my eyes look more green. So if you have blue eyes, working with colors like in the orange or the, let's see, let's find blue. Okay, so if you have blue eyes, working with colors in the orange or the red orange or the yellow shade are really going to make your blue eyes pop. So golds, copper shades look gorgeous on blue eyes. So this is a fun way to find eyeshadows that are really going to make your eyes pop, right? Another way to use complementary colors together is maybe not necessarily complementing the color of your eyes, but complementing the makeup colors that you choose. So for example, if you wanted to do like a green eye, like a green smoky eye, you could complement that eye with a red lip. And those two colors together, basically what it does is it draws attention from people that are seeing it. It draws their eyes to those colors. It just makes those colors pop. So that's a fun way to do it. You could also do something fun like if you wanted to do like a purple color on your lid and then do like a bright green line on your lower lash line, like if you have brown eyes and you wanted to create a complementary color scheme, that would be a fun way to do it. So maybe mixing or pairing two complementary colors in your makeup together on your eyes. That would be a fun way. The next theory is analogous colors. So analogous colors is basically when you mix any three colors on the color wheel. You don't mix them together, but you put them next to each other. And that basically just creates a really pretty blending effect. So if you're doing a very bold, colorful eye and you want it to look more blended, you're going to want to go for mix it and blend it with colors that are next to it on the color wheel, if that makes sense. It's just going to create a softer, prettier, but strong effect in the makeup. So that's another way to use the color theory to create a beautiful eye makeup look. The next thing, we're going to go back to complementary colors. This is a really cool trick. When you actually mix complementary colors together, so I'm not saying put them next to each other like we just talked about, but I'm actually talking about mixing them together. So you put a red on and then you put a green on top of it and you mix the two together. They actually neutralize each other and they create like a neutral gray. The way that this applies to makeup, and you might have seen these before, sometimes you've seen probably concealer palettes and they have like a light concealer, a medium concealer, dark concealer, and then it has a green concealer or a purple concealer or an orange concealer, and you're like, who uses that? That's for color correcting. So if you have a lot of redness in the skin or rosacea or any red pigmentation in the skin that you want to neutralize, you can use that green color correcting product first. That'll neutralize that red and then go and conceal with your concealer or your foundation. When you see a purple one in the palette, that's for people that have a lot of like yellow or kind of that sallow skin tone. And so that's going to kind of help neutralize that and brighten the skin up. And then when you see a peach one, that is really good for people that have like blue. And I know that that sounds weird, who has blue skin, but if you think about it and you think about under the eye area, that sometimes people with really severe dark under eye circles tend to have like a bluish undertone to that, almost like a bruise. Putting that orange color correcting concealer down first is going to neutralize it. So then you can put concealer on top of that and it's just going to look like it's just going to brighten that area up. It also works great on bruises. My old boss at MAC used to say, and I love this analogy because as she said, you know, when you have a bruise on your leg, because she would always talk about how you need to put a darker concealer under your eyes first, like a darker concealer that had an orange undertone to it, and then put a lighter, because everyone was so used to going in with a really light concealer. But she said, when you have a bruise on your leg, if you put white pantyhose on, you're not fooling anybody. People are going to see that bruise come through. So you have to correct first, and then you can go in and highlight. That really makes a lot of sense to me when you think about it that way. So when you do have severe dark circles, go in with like an orange or really peach color correcting concealer first, and you will notice a world of difference when you put your concealer on. It's really going to neutralize that and brighten that under eye area. Let's see. I think that's kind of it. I wanted to just give you the basics, the super simple steps. If you want more of an elaborate video, let me know in the comment section below. As I was kind of preparing this video, I really wanted to keep it simple because I didn't want to get into this long, drawn out explanation of color theory and how it applies to art and how light and all of that stuff. I just wanted to keep it simple and think about how I use it every day when I was doing makeup. I'm not doing makeup anymore, but I wanted to think about how I applied it to, the clients that would sit in my chair and how I apply it to myself. So Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up, please. Let me know in the comment section below if you liked it. If you have suggestions for other videos, let me know. As always, thank you guys for watching. Your support means more to me than you even know. I appreciate you so much. Bye, guys.